let's kick you down to the battlefield. Players are getting going. They're going to go ahead and roll. Woo. Anyway, I apologize, folks. I feel like I've been coming in, sliding in sideways, hair on fire, trying to get this stuff running tonight. So, anyway, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for being here. We put out all kinds of content. Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Lorcana. We've got fighting games going up on the channel, what have you. So, do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel. See what we've got going on. Follow us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitch, YouTube. I mean, you name it, we're on it. Otherwise, you like these cards? You know, I know Dan always plays something super exciting, super different that you won't see anywhere else. And if you want to try and do something similar, or if you want to follow up on Ben's Necrodominance deck, check out these cards at impactgamingcenter.gg. See if they've got what you're looking for. Otherwise, looks like Dan is on the play, and he has already had a very explosive start with the classic Bauble Darksteel Mox Opal. But what is this? A new challenger enters the arena. A new hand touches the beacon. It is Ragavan Nimble Pilfer, played off of the red from Mox Opal. Not entirely sure what just happened. Dan picked up the Ragavan, and then it got inquisited away. All right, Urza Saga is the play here for Dan. But I take it back, he dashed the Ragavan with the Opal. He did the good old yeah, dash on that Ragavan on turn 1. Yeah, thank you, Jonas. I appreciate that. Yeah. So he did indeed dash it, which I have not seen a turn 1 dash Ragavan before, but I suppose I have now. So the more you know. Now, Dan is oddly enough in a decent-ish spot. The part that's awkward here is that his Mox Opal is... No, his Mox Opal's online. He's got the treasure. So Dan is going to be able to just start pumping out Constructs, and that is difficult to deal with. I mean, whatever deck you are, that is hard to deal with. So Ben's angle here is, I mean, seeing 2 Urza Sagas, you're probably not going to be fighting through that. You're going to look to slam a Necrodominance and just Soul Spike your way to the win. So let's see if Ben has it. They're counting up some mana. Decisions. We're thinking. All right, there it is. Dan is going to make a dude. There's the Construct. We're going to count again, making sure we know how big that Construct is. We've come to the determination that Construct is a 4/4, which means killing it with this March of Wretched Sorrow is going to be rather difficult, but not impossible. March of Wretched Sorrow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very interesting. So Dan is gonna respond with a Shrapnel Blast. That reads to red and a colorless. Sacrifice an artifact, deals 5 damage to any target. And he just sacrificed his own Construct and threw it for 5 damage. That is pretty substantial, especially considering Ben is at 8 life now and is playing Necrodominance. Life is really, really important right now. Lava Spur Boots is a great card to pick up here for Dan. He's currently showing 1, 2, 3, 4. Pyrite Spell Bomb says 5? Yeah. 5 artifacts. That's going to be 6 damage to Ben. So this is really impactful because all of a sudden Necrodominance doesn't really do what he wants, and Pyrite Spellbomb throws for 2 damage. Ben is just dead on the next turn. Let's see what his options are. I mean, he's got the Necrodominance, but a little late now, right? So he's going to go to his end step. He's going to pay 1. He's going to draw 1. And it's not going to get him out. We're going to go to game 2. Wow, what a really, really fast game. I guess we are just looking to get you folks to bed on time tonight. Get you guys the right start to your weekend. Otherwise, really interesting play there from Dan. If you guys aren't familiar with Dan on camera yet, he's always playing these very unique, very interesting decks. And this is just another one of his brews that he's come up with. Very neat. He is really focusing on the burn and aggro side of Affinity, playing the Galvanic Blasts, the Lightning Bolts, the Shrapnel Blasts, really looking to just deal as much damage to his opponent's face as he possibly can. And you know what? I respect it. You know, it's a good strategy. So, yeah, they're talking over how that game could have gone differently, or maybe what Ben should have done differently there. But I think Ben just found the Necrodominance a little bit too late. If he found it earlier, he can perhaps draw a ton of cards, do things, but it wasn't the case. It's not how it went. So regardless, here we are. I think we're going to see this be a pretty classic matchup with the kind of combo versus aggro, where Dan is just going to try and combo off before... I'm sorry, other way around. Dan is going to try and kill Ben before Ben can combo off. The big problem here is that Dan is going to be heavily favored in this matchup because Necrodominance is so reliant on the life total at time of going off. And it can hamper their ability to sink a bunch of life into Necrodominance to go find their soul spikes and their marches of wretched sorrow. If they're only, you know, as we saw that game, if you're at 2 life, you can only draw 1 card off Necrodominance. So it's going to apply a lot of pressure to Ben to play carefully, play properly. Otherwise, really excited to see how the rest of this game goes. Ben's deck is stacked to the brim with removal, and we saw it be almost enough to deal with those Karnstructs and the Ragavan, and I guess the Ragavan was taken by that Inquisition of Kozilek, but you get the idea. Let me update this here. I didn't realize this still says round 3 of 4. We are on round 4 of 4. There we go. Alrighty. So, hey, thank you guys for watching. We're coming up. This is our very last game of the night. I hope you are as excited as I am to be watching these. But yeah, I appreciate you guys joining us for a little bit more Magic the Gathering to end out your day. It's always so much fun getting to play Modern and be in the booth here and commentate some Modern. It's just such a fun, diverse format. And I'm really loving getting to just see, you know, players like Dan who've got these really unique deck lists all the time. They're really pushed the limits of the Modern format right now. They really require you to be on the kind of decks that really make you think about every possibility, because, you know, you've never seen Shrapnel Blast before today, and it mattered a lot today. Now, I think one of the reasons why we can see interesting stuff like this with Affinity all the time is just the existence of Mox Opal allows for so much fast mana. And that's, I mean, hey, you guys know how I feel about fast mana. I'm not shy about it. If I become president of Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro, tomorrow I'm banning all fast mana. That's not to say ramp, right? But Moxen, they gotta go. They gotta go. At least out of Modern, right? We can decide on a format they live in, but I tell you what, they don't live in Modern. All of that said, you know, Angry Man yells at clouds aside. Yeah, thank you for watching on Twitch. If you're watching after the fact on YouTube, thank you very much. Just go ahead and subscribe. Take a look at all the content that we are always posting. We've got so much stuff there. We do Magic, we do Pokemon, we do fighting games, we do Lucana, this, that, and the other. We've got all kinds of stuff. So check it out. You're sure to find something that you like. Otherwise, if you like these cards that you're seeing, if you're enjoying watching Shrapnel Blast get played, if you want to check out ImpactGamingCenter.gg, see if we've got the yeah, check out ImpactGamingCenter.gg. See if we've got the cards there. Or pop into the storefront, see if you can find them here. We're located just outside of the greater St. Louis area, fabulous city of Fairview Heights. And my favorite thing to always tell you guys is the time's limited, and I appreciate you so much spending any amount of it here with us. It is really precious. And yeah, it absolutely makes my day. I can't describe how important it is to us that you spend any amount of your time, whether you've got us in the background just running while you're doing something, while you're working, while you're gaming, whatever you're doing, or if you're actively sitting down and watching us. Regardless, we value having you here and making us a part of your day, a part of your routine, and I just appreciate you a bunch. So, all that sentimentality aside, let's take a look at the battlefield. Players are resolving mulligans. I believe Dan has just mulled to 6. Yep, Dan has mulled to 6. Ben kept his 7. So Dan's also playing Corey Steelcutter, which is just a really great way to put pressure on life totals. And that's what Dan's deck is all about, just infinite pressure on life totals. Well, off to the races. Ben says, swamp go. Dan says, mountain go. Much slower start this time. Ben's got a swamp. He's got a Dothy Voidwalker. Great card. Dan's going to get that Corey Steelcutter going. And out goes spell number 2, trigger. In you go. All right. Off to the races. We've begun. Yep. In for 3. Dothy Voidwalker beats. Oh no. Ben caught on 2 mana. Let's see if Ben's got a plan to get out of this. But I think being short on mana is just a really big problem. Oh, Experimental Synthesizer. It's going to let him exile a card and play it this turn. He's going to trigger both of his Corey Steelcutters. Oh my goodness. And we're just counting up the damage. Experimental Synth finds Mishra's Bauble, which we cast. Yep, Prowess triggers on the table. Well, hate to say it, but Ben, it's now or never. Missing that land drop might have been a big deal. But your life total's under pressure. We're not feeling good. Yep. All right, he's got double push. That's certainly the best possible way to use or to respond after missing a land drop. Push, push. He's going to Soul Spike, pitching Soul Spike, Shieldred, deal with the other one. Yeah, Ben really going to protect his life total. So I think that's the right play. What I think that tells me is that I want to say this must mean Ben is holding a Necrodominance. And Ben's hope is to keep his life total protected as best he can, find that 3rd land, and do the thing. So Ben's still not seeing it, I don't think, unless he just wants to go to combat first. But yeah, and he sends it back. Tough place to be, Ben. All right, let's see. Now, no doubt Dan's going to be able to cast 2 spells and get these monks right back. I'm not even sure what that card is. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check it out. Meow. Oh, weapons manufacturing. That allows you to make the munitions tokens. And the next one we just read was the Legion Extruder, I believe, which makes 3/3 constructs. So Dan gonna be making a lot of dudes this game. All right, Ben. I think it's now or never. I think you gotta hurry up and find that land. He does. Fell the Profane, which he's gonna play tapped. Now, all of this is hinging on whether or not Ben has a Necrodominance in his hand, which I have just been guessing about. I have no idea if he does or not. But if he does, this game could look very different very quick. It just depends on how much pressure Dan can put on his life total. Because if Dan can do enough to Ben, then the Necrodominance doesn't really matter. He's just not going to be able to draw enough to make it matter. But if Ben cannot, if Dan cannot pressure Ben's life total too heavily, then it will mean that Ben's Necrodominance is online. Third, Corey Steelcutter. Oh my goodness, Corey Steelcutter's going crazy. And there is Ragavan. There they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so oh no, March of Wretched Sorrow I think would have been a really good top deck for Ben to help stabilize his life. But it's a Disruptor Flute. It's not gonna do it. It's gonna cast it. It's gonna pass. Back to Dan. Oh boy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Magus of the Moon. Galvanic Blast. Oh yeah, there's the fist bomb. Holy cow. What a quick set of games. My goodness. One right after the other. I told you guys we were going to be putting you to bed just in time, getting you out of here at a reasonable hour. My goodness, that was a lot of fun. I hope you folks had as much fun watching these games tonight as I had commentating them. It was always a blessing and a blast to be here in the booth with you guys. I just want to say thank you guys if you've been watching on Twitch. If you are watching after the fact on YouTube, thank you so much. Give us some subscriptions there. Give us some of those Bezos bucks. If you're an Amazon Prime member, we'd love it if you could do that for us. Otherwise, we're coming up on the weekend, and what I want you folks to do, have a rejuvenating, relaxing weekend. Assuming you're not working on the weekend, assuming you work during the week, do the best you can to relax, spend some time doing the things that you love with the people that you love, and just remember your time is limited, and any amount of it that you get to spend here with us is such an honor and blessing for us to be able to do that for you. And I just hope that we can always live up to the expectations, content that you folks want to be seeing. Otherwise, we're all over socials. We got Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, obviously, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter. We've got all the platforms. So yeah, if you want to check us out or check out our website at impactgamingcenter.gg, see if you can't pick up some fantastic cards or other such sealed products, board games, whatever you're looking for, we've got it. So I just hope you folks have a stellar rest of your night and a fantastic weekend. And with that, that is Lincoln signing out. Good night, folks.